Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Homie. We're playing Football Manager 2021. Once more, we dive into the Swansea save. You can see the Premier League title is currently ours to lose. It's been a strange season. I really didn't think we were ready for this, but hey, we won the Championship Season 1. That's a slight overachievement. Finishing top 6 in Season 2 and then 3rd in Season 3, like, they're pretty big, massive overachievements. Getting the Europa League trophy last season is also quite massive, I feel. This year, why not? Let's continue to overachieve, win the title. Champions League, who knows? I mean, the way things are going, we either get it this year or next year. Yeah. We kind of fundamentally smashed the game to pieces at some level. And it's a fun ride. It really is a fun ride. So, Liverpool are our closest challengers, but Chelsea game in hand right there with them. And then a little gap back to Man United. So, we're looking at a 10-point gap. We've got some games definitely that we could lose. And we're not perfect anymore. Travel to Anfield, got absolutely pulled apart. Could not get much going at all. Brewster on a cheeky little counter-attack managed to get a goal, but it really didn't go our way whatsoever. But this season certainly has. You can see, we beat Liverpool 3-1 at home, so 3-1 away. We share the points. We're the same as them over the course of the 2 games exactly. I don't mind that. I think that's really good. A couple of credible draws early on the Champions League group. Barcelona, that was decent. And then some good games. And we saw the Barcelona game in the last video, I believe, the night at the new camp, where Brewster and Helsted got 2 goals and Havertz got a little lucky at times. But moving him up front, I think, was Barcelona's real big break in the game. That really made them look a lot more dangerous, which is interesting because they had the other players there to look dangerous, but it didn't really work out that way. A poor draw against Villa to follow up. We beat Lyon quite comfortably. That puts us through. Top of the group, knocks out Barcelona, takes Lyon through with us. Even though Barcelona had a big win over Slavia Prague, so did Lyon. And Lyon did beat Barcelona in their head-to-head in France. What did they do? It was a close game in Barcelona, but bit by bit, they just edged ahead. Then we had the big games here, getting back to our best. Arsenal, we overcame in the quarterfinal. Good win against Leeds. A crazy game at St. Mary's, just back and forth. I never felt comfortable. We scored, they scored right away with Wilson. We scored the end of the first half to make it 3-1 after Brewster had scored his goal. And then just a madcap 10 minutes. Like, Gineppo scored, and then Brewster scored, and then they hit right back with Sebastian Villa. And I really didn't know what was going on at that point. I was really kind of worried. Like, they're back within a goal, and they've just scored. Like, every time we think we've got the momentum, it goes back to them. And then just 2 minutes later, Helsted completes his hat-trick. The young man just been an absolute beast this season. Still growing. Still looking really, really good. How do I see the progress? Yeah, progress. So you can see his ability's gone really up, and then he peaked up to 4-star, and he's still 4-star, but he's come down a little bit. I'm not really sure what that's entirely graded at. But if we look at his attributes, nothing's like really peaked. We have a little bit here, the work rate. I mean, it's still a 10, but there's quite a lot of gain there. His agility, 19 and gaining quite high. Technique is quite good. Looks like his acceleration might actually be going down, though. One of the few things that maybe is either the same or going down. Off the ball anticipation, they're both climbing quite nicely. Yeah, anticipation was a 15, gain to a 16, and then been some nice jumps. He's probably going to go up in anticipation again. But he just seems to have a really nice blend of attributes. I thought that he'd actually succeeded on his places shots, but it perhaps doesn't look like it. I'm going to look at finishing training and see if that's... Yeah, stop being too precise. So he definitely has been. He definitely has been. I don't think I want to discuss anything there, but I do think that we can kind of add something else to his game, because right now it looks like Helsteg's going to be a player that we kind of build around for a while if he's this good. So, I think we're going to try the 1-2s anyway. Passing isn't great, but yeah. I like my strikers to play 1-2s. It brings players in. And if the two strikers can play 1-2s, a little triangle round the defender, it's a good way to break an offside trap. So I think we're going to try it with Jannik. It might not work, but hopefully it will. I don't know where his... Aha, there we go. Places shots. He definitely does have it. And that finishing as well is up to a 3. So we look at... Just finishing. Yeah, he started at a 12. Kind of just been slow progress. Couple of decent jumps. He's up to a 13. So hopefully we can keep going on that and just see him continue to develop. Because so far, it's an absolutely amazing season from him. But yeah, we win the Battle of St. Mary's. We go as well to Tottenham and come out with that with a late winner from Brooks. Had to play Sanchez because goalkeepers were injured, so Roning wasn't available. Had to kind of rotate out a few players, rest a few players. Demir wasn't totally fit, picks up another niggling injury. That's been kind of par for the course this entire run for Demir. But then nice win over Wolves with the B team, pretty much in defence. We start picking up some more young players and rotating players through. Blasco's first goal. Then St. Mary's again away. One of our toughest opponents, it seems, this season. Where, you know, we have a battle at their ground. Then it's 0-0 first leg. Second leg, we win 1-0. Jannik Helsted. But again, not an easy game. But the decent win over Chelsea. That loss to Liverpool. Our only loss all season. But totally deserved. And then we went to the Etihad and win 3-1. I don't understand the difference in the game, because I don't think Liverpool played amazingly well. I don't think we played that badly. Midfield up front maybe, which wasn't the case here. I guess we were a little bit better going forward, but there wasn't much between Liverpool and Man City there. So yeah, it's better for the league rather than drawing to win one, lose one. You come up with 3 points instead of just 2. So I'm kind of happy with that. If I'm being fair. Norwich, good, solid home win. Then those cup games. Again, right at the end to overcome West Ham. Not an easy game at all. Followed up Southampton. Not an easy game. And then luckily, we're allowed to coast a little bit. An early goal. Made it 2. And then wrapped it up late on. So, quite nice. Away to Burnley. Not comfortable, but we get the win. Same with Watford, not really comfortable, not at our best. And then we have managed to win 1-0 out in Germany at the Red Bull Arena against Leipzig. And again, Diego Blasco, his second goal for the club. The young right back coming up big in a couple of games, scoring the only goals. The first goal in the first game. And then the only goal there. A tough winner. Yeah, we controlled the game start to finish, but we gave up the goal to McAllister. We just couldn't put them away until really late on. And again, we're starting to see the fatigue come in. We're not playing amazing. And you're Helsted 6-4, Brewster 6-4, Demir 6-3. It's not working up front at all. Rincon at the back didn't look secure. The subs didn't look great for a while. And then 82 minutes, Ben Beachy comes up with a winner. Still got a role to play at this club, for certain. Limited appearances, but he's kind of scoring goals. And now that we're getting into those parts where we're really tiring out and we desperately need to keep fighting in 4 competitions, Beachy's gonna be there. So that brings us round today. The reason why we haven't got a league game is because we've got Chelsea in the League Cup final. The only trophy Swansea have won in real life of any real note. We've added in-game the Championship to it, and we've added the Europa League to it. But it's a chance to double down, and for me as a manager now, to win Swansea the EFL Cup, the League Cup. Then we've got the FA Cup. 5th round against Oxford. I think that's a great draw. We're at home. We should be able to play the B team and get through. And then a rotated side, maybe against Fulham, allowing us to go full force against Leipzig. Slight rotation against Everton, then not having a great season at all. And that allows us to go full bore against Man United at home. So this tough run we could have had, I think, is going to be really good. Then Reading away, Villa at home, Leeds away, Sheffield United at home, Brentford away, Southampton at home. None of those particularly scare me. I think we've got a really good run in depending on the FA Cup, where that plays out, Champions League, how far we go in that, injuries, and like I say, mainly I think it's going to be which players I need to rest and who has a bad day against us and who doesn't. If teams don't have a bad day, I think now at this point in the season they've got a much better shot than they had throughout the year. So I could definitely see us losing if circumstances go against us. Away from home, I could definitely see draws or losses depending. Everton fighting for their lives could be a tricky game. United could be a tricky game. Luckily, we got enough. Now, we got 4 days after Leipzig, and then we got 8 days after Everton. So we should be able to rest, rotate, and come through that quite nicely. But they're all tricky, I would say. Leeds fighting, that might be tricky. Brentford might be tricky. Southampton have proven themselves to be really tricky for us. And then Spurs could be tricky as well, especially if they're still fighting for top 6 or Champions League football. We don't know how that's going to play out. So, an amazing season. Sadly blighted by that 1 loss, but we probably deserved about 3 this season. And a lot more draws than we've come out winners in some of these games. But it's time to get the final done. Liverpool, like I say, win their game to catch up to us. We've got Man City trying to break back into the top lot. Spurs and Wolves fighting, like I say, for those top 6 or Champions League spots as well. Everton fighting to stay alive. Big club, bad times. So many injuries. So many players just not really working out for them. And, yeah, they've sold a couple of players over recent years they probably shouldn't have. And I think they're starting to come unstuck at that level. I'm not sure if they went down, if I'd buy anybody. Moise Keane, probably not with who we've got up front. Holgate, like Gibson, possibly Gibson. Probably not. I mean, just because they're British, I don't think so. Pickford, but again, it's not someone we need. I don't know if they've got anyone I truly will want. KJ Jones, I guess, might be one to keep an eye on. We'll see what that scout report comes back and shows us. We'll see what that comes back and shows us. But yeah, I don't think there's too much there that we really want. It'd be nice to bring Gylfi back, but it doesn't really help us out. So, an interesting season. Like I say, we are in charge, and I am absolutely loving it. So, I have kind of picked my team for this. I've decided to go through and pick what I think right now is probably our best 11. And the ability doesn't really sort of respond to that. There's like Tonali and Calvert-Lewin probably should start over Brooks and Ryan Brewster, but I believe that they are kind of more important to us than my assistant kind of believes. So this is what I'm going with. I also really like having Calvert-Lewin and Tonali to come off the bench if I need to. The backline's covered. Martin Savic, if we need him as an all-action midfielder. If something happens to Demir and Brooks, I can always bring on Sousa and cover the goalie. So left back, right back, centre back, defensive midfielder, playmaking midfielder, attacking midfielder, striker, goalie. We've got everything front to back capped up. We're in good shape. We're in good match sharpness because we've been playing a few young players recently. Bevan's got some more game times. He's actually been down in the under-18s as well as the under-21s and doing a good job. Similar with Peachy, he's got some game time down low as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're in a good place. Morale isn't as good. Overall happiness isn't as good. Brewster and Ruining are still wanting to leave the club, technically. Oh, it's not great. That's not great. But yeah, we're good here. Everything looks nice. Facey's moved up into influential. That's new. That is new. Hopefully Helsted will move up. Hopefully Declan Rice will move up into this influential tier as well. I'm not sure if anyone else needs to right now. Social groups, we've coalesced into two big, a big core group and a decent secondary group with both Metham, Bono, Brooks, Demir. Like, that's quite cool. Brewster. Oh, Brewster doesn't want to leave. He wants a new deal. Metham wants a new deal. Doesn't want to leave. Brooks wants a new deal. Tonali wants a new deal. Nobody wants to leave yet. They're all happy to stay if they get new deals. Oh boy, Rincon wants a new deal. Guess 24 league appearances at 10 grand a week is a bit, it's a bit lopsided. And Declan Rice already wants a new deal. Whereas Mukiele really wants to play. So okay, I think we can actually solve it. I thought the players still wanted to leave. I know player promises. If we look here. Yeah, I think 72 million was Tim Ruinings. Nobody came in with that. So he's going to go through the next transfer window and see how that works out for him. And very similar as well, Ryan Brewster. Again, that's 100 million I promised to sell him from. I'd like to keep them, but I don't think we need to. I think we definitely can move forward without them. Let me just make sure we don't skip this screen by giving them an invalid lineup. So I think that all looks good to me. There's nothing I think I'm missing. So we're going to go in with our best 11 as far as I see it. I think that's reflected in the squad numbers as well. Yeah, 1 through 11 as I picked them. So let's jump in then and see what this cup final could be all about. A chance to get our second silverware underway at the top level. At second, League Cup to follow on from last season's Europa League win. Oh boy. So they got Edouard Mendy, good goalie. Then they got Dodo and Chilwell with Tomori and Bastoni. Very solid backline. Kante running things with Big Daddy Dom, Szoboszlai. Very, very nice midfield. And again, another tricky front four. Sterling and Pulisic more out on the wings with Mason Mount in slightly behind Timo Werner. That's kind of how I would see it. That's really, really difficult to stop. You got pace, you got skill, you got work ethic, and you got pure finishing ability. You got creativity, and you got an engine in midfield. Two good fullbacks, two really solid centre-backs, and a goalie who rarely lets you down. Off the bench, Barros, they brought in Tadibo. Ziyech, Brenner can do bits. De Sousa, Kornienko's come in, but hasn't replaced Ben Chilwell and Reece James as well. So they're definitely bringing their big guns. They're definitely bringing their big guns. What do I want to say? And how do I want to say this? This is a cup final. Hands on hips. Play your natural game. I think that's what I want to do. And we pump our fists again. Little ritual we got. Pump the fist. Get the boys fired up. And out we go. To Wembley. Swansea City versus Chelsea. In the League Cup final. Both have good teams. Both have been great in the league. Chelsea, the defending champions. Swansea, the champions-elect. Can we have a good game and somehow come out on top? We'll see. We're off. We're trying to attack early on. We're trying to put a little bit of pressure on Chelsea. I'm going to drop down to positive. I'm also going to immediately, about 10-15 minutes in, drop my lines down a touch because I ain't messing about with Raheem Sterling and Pulisic and Werner. Like, I'm not going to be messing about with those boys. They're too dangerous to do that too. So it looks like a decent opening start. We've had a little bit of pressure, a little bit of the better of the game. We do get a throw in for a highlight. Brooks, nice ball out to Facey. Can he get that ball across into danger? He brings it there to Brooks. A little bit of a deflection over to Jannik Helsted. And I wasn't sure he's coming back from an offside position. I think, was he actually onside anyway? Yeah, he kept himself onside because of Ben Chilwell. And a nice little finish. It's nice and easy for Jannik. Rolls the ball in at the far post. And 30 minutes into the game, we lead 1-0. We got a little bit of control over them. And now it's time to make sure they don't come back in it. Running with a big save from Captain Tomori. And then Wagwe gets rid of the ball. That was close. That was close. And Wagwe is hurt at the moment. Something maybe to look at halftime. Ryan Brewster. Facey again. Sterling gets the ball. Facey can't get it back. N'Golo Kante, but Declan Rice. Demir. Helsted. Jannik finds Musa Wagwe. Ball into Ryan Brewster against his old club. He's in line with the right back. He taps it in at the far post. And already we're seeing the same thing happening. The ball moves up wide. It's played across the box. A little bit of luck involved in the first one. Maybe poor marking in both cases, but both strikers get free. And Ryan Brewster doubles the lead on the stroke of half-time. Get in, lad. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Chelsea bid. How much did Chelsea bid? 89, 92, something like that for Ryan Brewster in January. We were playing them like 3 games or 2 games later. I rejected the bid. I told him it would take 100, round number. He scored against Chelsea, I believe, in the league. Now he scored against them at Wembley to maybe put us on the road to winning this trophy. And he can walk away, give us a ton of money in the summer, but he could walk away and still get the deal he wants, still get the club he wants, get the move he wants. And we won't suffer his loss, but he's done the business while he's here. I can't ask for anything else. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Very happy, boys. Not going to talk to anyone else about anything. And I'm going to keep Wagwe on for... I don't know. How bad is he looking? Okay. It's a little knock. He feels he can shake it off. Got a bit of a chance to rest. Let's see how he starts the game. He's in good form. He did get us that second goal. Good work done the right, getting that ball across for Brewster to push in. So I think that's going to be something that we need to keep an eye on. Wagwe gets it clear. It comes back in. Chris Meffam heads it clear. The boss light to Kante. Mason Mount to Dodo. Quick play. Quick play down the right-hand side, and Tim Roening will just keep calm and collect the ball. Nice up towards Demir. Very adventurous. Should have gone up wide to a fullback. And now we're seeing perhaps why that is the case. Chilwell's going to move on to Boslike, Pulisic. Chilwell makes the overlap. Pulisic comes inside. Dodo is free on the right-hand side. Now he cuts inside. Back to Mason Mount's edge of the area to Dodo, and what a hit! What a goal! And I am going to tell the boys, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed here. I'm actually going to shout at the boys here. Lack of pressure allowed them to play. Over-ambitious on the ball out from the back. Really didn't do what we needed to do at all. I'm going to move back up to attacking, try and get the ball out of our end. Chris Meffam. Here's Demir. Now we can break. 3-on-3 perhaps. Demir running right past them all. Lovely little chip. Back in the game. Two strikers and the attacking midfielder. All three have scored the goals today. Attack down the left ends up in a goal for Helsted. Nice little finish from Jannik. Attack down the right. Goal for Brewster. Lovely little movement to get off the ball into space. And then a counter-attack, and Demir splits the defence. They're backpedaling. And that's enough for him to get through and just lift it over Mendy, who's out rushing from his net. I'm going to take off Wagwe now. I'm going to take off Facey for Mora for fresher legs. Now we don't look tired. Now everything looks good to me. And I want to take a midfielder off, but I don't know who. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one. I'm kind of thinking about Brooks for Tonali. It's kind of what I'm thinking, but I can see why maybe Cook would be good. He's on a yellow card. We don't want him to pick up a ban. And Declan Rice as well. We could take him off and, you know, maybe see what he's there. But I've got to answer a phone call. I will be back. We will get back to the game after this. Well, apologies for that delay. I say delay. You don't have a delay. Because I paused the recording. But hey. Yeah, it feels like I should apologize for that interruption. But we're back and we're on this. So, hands in pockets, have faith. Yeah, I'm still deciding that midfield three. How and if we need to make a change. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I think both fullbacks are good choices. They've already come in and like done bits for us. They've definitely impacted the game. And yeah, Facey didn't get his assist, but he's the setup man of that first goal. Wagwe's the second guy. Brooks got the assist on Demir, which I didn't realise, but that's really good. Or was it Brooks who got the first and Meffa maybe the second? I think that's maybe more likely. That's maybe more likely. But anyway, we'll do our subs. We'll see how things change. It looks like maybe there was a knock in midfield. I want to say maybe Cook. We've given the ball away there. And Brenner has come on. Gets a chance to attack. Drives it wide. And that's very interesting. I'm going to go down to cautious. And yeah, it looks like Cook is starting to drop off. Just a little bit. I'm going to go for a few more minutes. There we go. I think oh, it's so tough and tight between them, but yeah, I think I'm actually going to go Brooks. I'm actually going to go Brooks for the reason that I think there's more defensive capability. Yes, we can play the ball up from the back quite well, but there's a little bit of engine room about them all. There's a little bit of creativity about them all. But they're tough, strong, and defensive players who can most certainly cover the fullbacks and stop us from really getting in too deep at the back line. See that little box. I don't like those graphical glitches. So we're going to do that. And then maybe later on we'll go a little bit of time wasting and pull our fullbacks a little bit into a more defensive position. So they wanted Cook for Tonali anyway. I went a slightly different route. And we'll see kind of if that little bit of added protection at the back line, we've got a 2-goal advantage. And now I think is the time. Going to go back to wing-back supports. I'm actually going to drop in Rice. Nope, I didn't want you there. I want you in the middle. Drop Rice back and pull Demir into box to box. Think, ooh. Yeah, nice little half-back defend in there. And again, clear that little graphical box around Rice. And then we're going to drop off the tempo and we're going to drop off the defensive. We're going to be a little more disciplined. And we're just going to take pot shots where we can up front when we get sights at the goal. Maybe we snag another one. We're good enough one-on-one to be able to do that. But we're kind of sat down. We're sat back. We're playing out the clock. We control the game. And we get our hands on another trophy. It's the League Cup. And Swansea City have overcome Chelsea. What a game. A good goal from them. But, yeah, it's a game of fullbacks. Our fullbacks get us a 2-0 advantage. Their fullback, one of them, gets them a goal. They put them right back into the match. And then Yusuf Demir stands up and puts the ball in the back of the net for the 3rd goal. The big game winner. There we are. Absolutely fantastic. Outstretched arms. Happy with that, boys. Very happy with that. I don't think anyone played poorly. Mukiele, Bryce, Roning, not amazing. Tonali did okay coming off the bench. Mora played actually quite well on that left-hand side, it seems. And, yeah, I'm just happy in general with how we played. I'm just happy with how we played. It's a good win. It's another trophy under our belt. And it's a step in the right direction. Again, it looked like we could certainly live with Chelsea today. And we were good enough on the day. Very happy with that. The rest of the results, Man City lose to Burnley. 3-0. That gives Wolves a lovely chance to move ahead. They only draw with Tottenham, but they still move a point clearer of Man City with a better goal difference. Tottenham hold their position and now tie up Arsenal, only a goal difference separating them. Man United, a good win over Leeds, pushing them back up into 4th, closing the gap on Chelsea if they lose their game. United are within striking range. It's tight. Those 3 are tight. And then those 2 are tied. These 3 next will be another tight battle. Luckily, we're up ahead and we're out of the way. It's fairly tight for the relegation fight as well. The bottom 3 do look in a little bit of trouble. Everton with a big win over Brentford, pulling them closer to survival. Leeds, of course, lost to United. Norwich lost away to Southampton. So, Everton, the big winners down the bottom. And I'd say Liverpool and Man United, 2 big winners at the top end of the table. But that doesn't matter. It's a win for us. Helsted first goal. Brewster with the second. Dodo's reply. Demir's goal to round everything off. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. UEFA Super Cup. Of course, we won that on penalties over Bayern Munich. So that's another trophy in the cabinet. 2 Carabao Cups. Or 2 League Cups. A UEFA Super Cup following on from the Europa League victory and the Championship in Season 1. We are absolutely flying. And I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Yes, boys. Yes, that's what we're all about. Bring me those trophies. Bring me those good times. I said Bayern Munich maybe in for Erling Haaland. That would take him off United. That would be really nice, moving him out of our league. If United could lose Haaland and Ødegaard, I think they'd be much less of a threat. But of course, they'll be replacing them with someone else. But we've seen Man City fall off. Tottenham and Arsenal don't look great. If United lose a couple and start dropping off, I will take just having the battle Liverpool and Chelsea. I will take that all day. The Europa Conference League, we've already qualified. That's nice. We guaranteed Europe. Even if our season implodes, we guaranteed some form of Europe this season. That's pretty good. And here we go. Look back at some great wins. Most notable, 8-0 dismantling of Bristol Rovers. I believe all 8 in the first half. If I remember correctly, yeah. All 8 in the first half. Helsted going absolutely crazy. 2-1 win over Arsenal. 1-0 over Southampton. 2-1 over triumph over Rochdale. And yeah, Jannik Helsted with 8 goals. Tonali with 4. Both of those at the top. Liverpool didn't do good. Swindon did okay. We overcame Chelsea. And apparently the best match was a 1-1 draw Stoke v Sunderland. We can't tell how, but it went to penalties. I'm not sure that would ever be the best match, but okay. It is what it is. Demir and Bono are happy that all our hard work has paid off, as my assistant, Dirk Mack, has said. 11 games in a row won. That's a consecutive record. And to do it on that stage and be that much in control and that much more dangerous than Chelsea the entire game. I'm delighted. Absolutely delighted. Nobody played phenomenally well for us, but nobody played badly either. So I'll kind of accept that. A couple of 6-7s quite low for this kind of performance. I don't think Roening had that much to do. 6 on target, he conceded 1. You know, Rice didn't have much to do. Most of their work came up wide, I guess, so probably would have been better to start Tonali over Rice, if I'm honest there. But we kept some of their danger men quiet. They replaced like 3 of their top 4. Yeah. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Especially considering, like I say, in the league, Chelsea are the defending champions. They won it by 4 points over Liverpool. And then 2 points further back to us. Currently, there's 3 points between Chelsea and Liverpool in Liverpool's favour. But they can definitely be caught with Chelsea winning their game in hand. Yeah, that will tie them both up. Liverpool would still, unless it's a massive win, still be in second on goal difference. But we still have that 10-point gap. And we've played a lot of the big boys. We need to lose 4 games. We need to lose 4 games. Everton, Man United, Southampton, Tottenham. They could be it. Drop a couple of other points. I would say, based on where the games are and who they're against, Brentford away, I think a draw. Leeds away, I think a draw could be in there. The other 4, I think we can definitely win. I don't see any issues. Apart from the ongoing FA Cup, the ongoing Champions League, the extra fixtures to put in, fans, tiredness, and of course the all-important fatigue. So we'll see. I'm going to put these boys off for a day's training. Everyone else has responded really well. I'm really happy with the team. Overall happiness and morale has shot up. We just won a cup. And yeah, I think my next step is definitely to start offering contract. Is it just me, or are even more of these boys dissatisfied? Want to double down and check these. So they still want their contracts. Pacey wants to move to a bigger club all of a sudden. Demir now wants to look at a bigger club. Tonali wants to look at a bigger club. Wagway wants his contract. Brooks wants a bigger club. We're back on. Yeah, they're so split. They're split between wanting to leave and wanting a new deal. Metham wants a bigger club and Cook wants a bigger club. So there we go. We went into the final with just new contracts to be had. We come out with like 6 players now, thinking we've just won another trophy. It might be time to look for new pastures. So, there's definitely room in the wage budget for some of these players. There's definitely room. There's possibly a chance we could see the end of the careers of Tim Röning. I mean, he's really dropped down. He's really dropped down. For now, I could definitely see Blasco being my starter next year. So, you could even say goodbye to Wagwe. Facey Mora, I'd like to keep them both. Mukiele, I don't think is quite cutting it. And he wants game time. He's 26. He's not playing. It's probably best to make it a profit and move on there. Midfield, I think we're pretty good. I'd like to upgrade Vasco Souza, if I'm honest. I really would like to upgrade there. Brewster is starting to look average, although the goals really don't tell the same story. But Calvert-Lewin's good enough. Beachy's good enough. Hellsted's good enough. We're bringing through James Matthews. We could see that transpire. We definitely could see that one transpire too. And David Brooks, perhaps. I could see a case for 7 first-team players leaving the club, and it's not really being worse off. And without bringing anybody else in, I can see, if we look position by position, just to round off the video, we've got 2 South American goalies in, Douglas Henrique and Raul Luna, as well as Sanchez in the first team. On the right side, we've got Ignacio and George Reed, who could play backup, right back, if we decide to go with that Andorran superstar. Jurisic, like, if we did lose Facey, if he does want to go to a big club and we make our big deal, then I guess Mora and Jurisic look good enough for next season, according to my assistant. Conche, Obregon, Nick Cooper, Bishop, Roland. Like, there's so many here centre-backs. We could definitely make moves. We could definitely make moves. Who's our defense? It's just going to be defenders being added. That's okay. We could call up Munoz or Cordoba. There's Sant we could call up. Probably better than Vasco Souza. Michael Sant. Hamas we just brought in. Naimana. Another Argentinian. 2 18-year-old Argentinian defensive midfielders. Munoz and Martins, who look great. Oh boy. Yeah, we can definitely play around and figure out here. Joseph Grant. Sant is there, as we saw earlier. Higgins is back up. George Hernandez, Jorge himself. Maybe he gets into the first team after a long wait for him. Probably sell someone like Ben Knight at this stage. That one didn't work out. 500,000? Yeah, 500,000 we bought him for. Yeah, he's just not as good as we'd hoped. And of course, up front, like I say, we've got options, but Matthews has got big potential, big ability, and is British. Ezra's just joined the club and looks like he could be a real force as well. Calvacante, Dow scoring for fun at Charlton, and Guillaume. It's interested. John Dougal, 5-star potential. George Naismith, 5-star potential. Oh. We're set. We're set. I think I'm not going to worry about losing anybody. End of the season, I'd probably be happy if we were without DCL, Brewster, Sousa, Brooks, one of Tonali and Cook could probably Tonali, just because Italian and bringing in more British players. I think I'd be okay with that. I think midfield and attack, I think I'd be okay losing those 5. It would still give me Rice, Cook, and probably Martin Savage as my starting 3 centre mids. I do need Demir. I really do need Demir. But Beachy and Helsted up front, I think, would be good enough starters. Bevan on the bench. I'd be pretty happy with that and call up some of those young guys to fill in the gaps. If we lost Wagway, I'd probably want to keep Fit. I really want to keep Facey. So if I lost him, Michele, Bono, and running at the back, we lose those four. And again, Sanchez, Blasco, Facey, Metham, Rincon as our starters. Mora's back up left back, and we bring in some of those youngsters to fill in the bench. Absolutely fantastic. Anybody on the transfer list? I don't think anybody's expiring. I don't think anybody interesting to me is inspiring. Yeah. Too old. Not good enough. Horror's a right back, but I really don't think I really want to bring him in. Sorrow, I don't think fits. Yeah, nobody's contract's expiring. And then transfer listed. Who are the best players up there? Suso, Fabian. Yeah, I don't think they're any better than what we've got. There's wingers. We can ignore potential. There's nobody really good and young. Dawson. Okay. Ready to play left back. No, he's injury prone. That's why we haven't gone for him now. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. There just doesn't look to be anyone outside the club. So it's really good that we've done our work already. And like I say, I'm very, very happy with that. They might be unhappy that we lost the game. They're unhappy we haven't brought through the young players through the youth system. But Bevan definitely came through. So he's definitely through the youth system. We're starting to see that pay off. And then for next season, if we look here, who's kind of ready to go. Did any of these, I believe, come through? I don't think any of those did. 2-star players. Brian Hughes did. John Dougal did. Grant did. Nick Cooper didn't. Yeah, he didn't. Sant, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, we bought in Shant. We bought in Shant. Naimana, I think, might have. Yeah, he did. He 100% did. Josh Kingdom, he did. And like, we're only a short way down here, but we've got Kingdom, we've got Bishop, we've got Nahimana. Wait, did Bishop? Yes, okay. I couldn't remember that for certain. Sant did he? Grant did, and those two. So we've got 6 more who realistically could be bench players next season and fill a lot of those gaps. I don't think Cornwall did. No, we brought him in. Higgins, I believe we bought in. Levy Towers, I believe we bought in. Yes. We 100% did. What did we just jump so far down? Richmond, I think, brought in. He doesn't look too bad. He doesn't look too bad. Simpson, we brought in. Gillespie, we definitely brought in. George Reed, I think, brought in. Yeah, there's not too many others. Williams, we did. Probably not going to make it, but he did come through the young academy. And that we definitely brought in. So, yeah, there's probably like 8 that technically we could bring into the first team squad to join the 1 that we've got there currently. Robert Bevan. I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time, I don't think it's a huge issue. And, yeah. We'll see how that plays out. High reputation players, they just haven't been available. I just haven't really had the money. yeah, we just really haven't had the money. Gone for the youngsters to come in and do the job for us, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't come for that. I'm not sure, but we definitely brought him in this season. End of last season, beginning of this season, realistically, we did bring in Declan Rice, who 100% should have counted for that. And then I can see nothing really last season. Demir was probably a bigger signing than the club's level. McTominay as well. I'm not sure about some of the others. But yeah, again, we can see kind of where they come from. And we'll hopefully have a better time with that in the future. But you can't complain what's happening on the pitch or this season. They want us to sign big names and to bring through our youth. They want to mix the both. But yeah, we're almost bought the stadium. Our facilities are max. Let's ask for a bit more money. Let's see if they'll give me more money. We can ask for another affiliate club. We've got 1 billion of one. Got 1 billion and one of them. Build new stadium would be something I would like as well. That's fine. There we go. I think putting 500,000 in the wage budget and 53 million to spend. If something does come up, we'll be able to do something. So, let's see. 25, so that would be what? 2.5 million. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think he'd be that crazy. We got some extra money from Atletico Madrid. 30 league goals. I don't know why they even put that in. To be fair, I don't know why they put that in. Or did I put that in? Yeah, he didn't even score for us. So be it. We'll sell it and we'll get that money back. So that's how we're going to wrap things up. Thank you very much for being a part of things. We're going to try and see if there's money that we can really spend. Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to let me have more money. So I can't spend big money on those big transfer targets. I'm probably not going to have enough at the end of this season. Unless next season's transfer budget also plays a part. Or I spread it out over a couple of years. I'm not going to have the money I want to make the impact signing that I really want to bring to the club. And that is Phil Foden. So we'll see if we can get that. Everything else is marching on quite nicely in the save. So let me know what you think. Do we need Big Phil? Is he the man to take us to the promised land? And what do you think? Who can we lose? Who is irreplaceable? Who should we capitalize on? A lot of players now are worth a lot of money. So, who would you like to see stay? Who would you like to see go? Hit me up in the comment section below. We're trying to stay as British as possible. And, I mean, that's not easy, but, you know, Helsted is Irish, so UK and Ireland, that's fine. Some of these young players might gain British passports or Welsh passports because they've been at the club long enough. But let me know what you think of that and who you'd like to see us go after. What would make a difference in this club? Let me know. Comment section down below. Thank you very much for the continued support on the channel. As always, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. You know what makes an impact for this channel. So, please help out where you can. I will see you soon. Till then, take care. Stay safe. Good luck in your games. And good luck in mine. I think the next game we might do might be Man United. Or, considering we'll know who we get in the Champions League, there might be a real tasty tie in Europe to show you. So, look forward to that one. I'll see you next time. And, yeah, all the best. Fingers crossed. going to be a good one.